guys, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to episode 26 of the World Tour at Shanghai Shenxin, of course. Now, we've just got back from the end of season awards, and it's time to start planning for next season. This episode's going to be a little bit different. There'll be no games, but a couple of you wanting to see sort of how we do an off-season, so it's just going to be a transfer special. So we're going to start by, look at this, I've got my notepad here, ready to go. We've got Gus, here he is here, assistant manager. Gus, Kitty, taking a huge risk to be in China. That's okay, go back to sleep there. So he's here, our assistant manager, and it's time to basically start pre-season. Now, let's have a look here at the squad and see who we can get rid of here, who's going to be around next year and who's not. Well, actually, the first thing to probably do, let's have a look at who's not going to be here for next year. Contracts, expiry dates. Now, Gio Wee here, he's retiring, so we'll get rid of him into the reserves because we know he's not going to be here. Two guys here that have done really well for us, but I just feel like we've moved past them now. Xiao Zhuan, the right winger, and Ziji, who can play left wing or striker. I'm tempted to keep him. Yeah, I'm tempted to keep him just because he's not bad. Is he currently unhappy at the club? He's requested to leave, so he probably won't accept a new contract in any case. We'll just have a quick look. See if he would accept a new contract. No, so he's gone. That's fine. We didn't use him that much anyway, so we'll put him back into the reserves. And these loanees, we know that they're... Now, I wonder if we can keep this guy. Can we look to extend his loan, make offer? Is that... I guess that's how we would do it. A loan offer. They might let us keep him for very, very little wages as well, which is always good. Unacceptable. No. Okay, so we might not get Ling Yi. We'll have a look at him later in the transfer window when that's all ready to expire. Now, a couple of people I would not mind getting rid of. Erpajan was on 18 grand a week. He's on way too much money for a player of his ability. So we might just set him to not needed. Transfer list him, and to be honest, I'll take anything just to get him off the wages. We'll get rid of him. The rest of these people here, there's no one else really that I want to necessarily get rid of. I'm relatively happy with everybody there. Now, what we want to do is just have a look in the reserves, because there's a couple of guys here. Where's the potential here? That are pretty good. Wang Si but he's definitely going to be a first choice goalkeeper next year. This is a central defender. We do have a few problems at centre back. Another striker here. Now, this guy's been coming along really, really well. I think he might be worth a look at next season as well. And yeah, that's pretty much all we want from those guys. I'm thinking Wei An. He's just not justifying a foreign slot right now. It's sad. I really wanted to see how he would go, but we might keep him and just look to loan him out. But he's on 4 grand a week as well, which is a little bit of cash. This guy's, we might look to loan him out because he's high potential, but he's not really coming along right now. And everybody else there is fine. Might be worth offering him a contract as well, actually. I'll do that off camera because contract negotiations are just basically, you know how it is, just offer them as little money as you can. And then under 19s, to anybody here, it might be worth... He's already 18. It might be worth giving this guy a call up to the seniors as well. So he's an option for next season as well. So this way we can see what we have. 1 star. These guys are decent potential. We've already offered them senior contracts, but I don't think they're really options for next season as of yet. So we'll leave them down in the under 19s. So this is the squad as it's looking to shape up for next season now. So we have our goalkeepers. We have 3 goalkeepers. Lin Junwei wants to go out on loan. To be honest, he probably does need some game time. So if we can get him out on loan, we'll look to do that. Central defense, we may lose him, but we have Wellington, Yuri Ruse, Wang Yunji, who is not bad at all. He just lacks pace, but otherwise he's very solid. This guy who we just called in, who is decent-ish. He probably needs games to play, doesn't he? And then we also have Rebello, who is back from injury now. So all things being even, we have what? 1, maybe not reliable, 2, 3, 4. So we are probably going to need a centre-back, at least 1. If we can get this guy back on loan, 1 centre-back at least is what we're going to need. Now, right wing, we have Cuevas, we have Zhu He, and we do have, this is the Hong Kong guy that we signed as a right back, who is decent as well, but is he better than Zhu He? not enough, I don't think, to use up that foreign player slot. I think I would rather keep Chen Nun, this guy, when we get down to him. Left wing, West pretty much set. Mark Z wants to leave, but we have Chen Min, and it's just a matter of getting a backup in. So even if we get another loan, if he wants to leave, we're not really going to miss him, are we? Actually, at $4,500 a week, I don't think we'll miss him at all. I won't I'll transfer this in. See if we can get some money in for him. We'll take him unavailable for loan, and we'll just try and get rid. I think too much money for somebody who is very, very much a backup to Chen Min. Now we also have to play on the right side. We're going to try and retrain this guy, Lian Bing, because he's very, very high potential, as you can see. So we can use him, train him as just as an attacking wingback, just when we're playing teams when we need goals. I would like to have him as an option if Cuevas isn't available. Central midfield. Now Wheezy, I think, is a bit of a club legend, isn't he? His star ratings aren't there, but sometimes the stars just need to be ignored. I think we can keep him for another year. Hong Tao is probably, he's just about good enough as a backup. Zhen Hong we signed midway through last year. He's a good option, so he'll definitely stay. Li Feng is absolute class. Li Xiaopeng is good as well, though maybe not developing as much as we would have liked. If we can get him back, we will take him back in a heartbeat. And then this is the guy we just called into the senior squad, so he's very much a backup. So in terms of sort of central midfield options, we have 1, 2, 3. Feng's not really, he's more defensive. 4, 5. We could probably, again, we could look to upgrade a couple of those guys as well. Attacking midfielders. Now, Humam, I really, really rate Humam. I like him. I rate him, and he doesn't always do much, but when you just see flashes, he's sort of the assist to the assist a lot of times. I prefer if his attributes were going in the other way, to be honest, but he's only 28, so he shouldn't be declining too badly yet. I would like to get Erpagen out, as I said, for the wages, which means we probably do need an attacking midfielder, at least one, to come in. Now, Cheng Chun Nam, I like him as an option if we want to play with wingers. And then if we want to do that, he's only 19, so he'll improve that. Then we do have Lian Bing as well, so we have sort of a left and right wing option if we want to use them. Both young, but both very high potential. Diao Jin, whatever, this guy, you can see his name. I like him because he's got the basic attributes for a striker. It's just the guy that only had 2 goals in 65 career games when we signed him, but he's doing okay for us, and he can play on the wings if necessary. So I think I want to keep him. Cifuente, he's getting on. I'm very, very aware of the fact that Cifuente is 32 years old now. So he is going to start declining at some point. And given he's a foreign player, it might be one where if we can get somebody in that is as good or better than him, we might need to look to do that. But I'm not actively looking to replace him. I'm just aware of the age. That is all with him. And then we have 3 other good striking options here. Xiao Zhuan is decent enough, high enough potential. Yi Quinn actually proved himself a very important player at the end of the year. He was scoring just as many goals as Cifuente, so he's definitely one we'll keep for next year. And then this young guy that's coming along nicely as well. I think he almost becomes third choice, doesn't he, behind the first 2. So again, if we can look to upgrade a Chinese striker, then I think we'll to do that. I think so. What do we need? We definitely need at least 1 centre back. I think we definitely need at least 1 attacking midfielder, and possibly 1 central midfielder as well. Yeah, I think, and maybe wingers, but I don't think we're going to look to play with wingers. So that's what we're looking to do. I will come back when we have some news on the transfer front. Alright, now before we get too far here, let's have a look at our shortlist options, see who we are aware of and who we can possibly get. So these is what we've got the filter for here is Chinese players only, and we're looking for central defenders right now, because we do need at least 1, don't we? So let's have a look at who's available here. 3.5 star, not too bad. I like the physicals. Positioning's good. So that's potentially 29, though I don't love. This guy's rated 92 by the scouts. He's at Shanghai Shenxin. We have another cat, if you've heard meowing there. That's Ellie. She's coming to see where Gus is. Oh, hi, Ellie. Gus has now left, so this could get out of hand. We might have to pause this. There's too many cats in this room right now. So he's a decent enough defender, isn't he? I don't like the passing, but I think we could just about get away with that because he's look at that, really, really highly rated. 1.3 million. I wonder if there's any sort of release clauses in the contract there. No. So we're going to have to... Actually, he's above our budget because we only got $500,000 because the chairman's decided he doesn't want to invest any more money. So that's going to be we have to sell to buy. Yeah, not loving his defensive stats. And he is... Yeah, not the best either. So there's not too much. I'm wondering, did they end up coming up this year? Shanghai Shenhua. Let's have a quick look at that. We want to go to what? League table. They didn't come up, so we might be... I wonder if we can prize him out on loan. That might be one to look at. When's his contract up? His contract is up next season. We'll just have a sneaky bid on loan. No, we can't do it yet. The window isn't opened. What would they want for him? Well, I want 1.1. So, yeah, that might be one we can look at. Now, the other positions that we think we might need, a central midfielder, an upgrade there. I mean, I'm looking at these. I mean, 3-star. He's 32, though, a little bit old. 22-year-old here. He's on loan right now from Beijing. They have so many good young players, don't they, that Beijing team? Yeah, I mean, I think what we're looking to do, if we were staying more long-term, I'd say we'll just play the youngsters and we'll sort of build for the future. But realistically, this coming season will probably be our last, won't it? Because that'll be 4 seasons then. We would have had a crack at the Champions League, and then win, lose or draw, we've had our chance, haven't we? So there's not too much there by way of central midfielders either. And attacking midfielders, let's have a look here. We've got a guy in Australia, transfer listed. That could be a chance. He's not the best. He can play striker as well. What are they after for him? Doesn't really say, does it? Now, is he... Oh, he's on loan. Okay. 900k. So again, that's still right now out of our price range, isn't it? Long Hao Gang. Now, we did have him previously. I wonder if I'd love to get him back on loan if we could. Is he listed for loan? He was really, really good for us. We can't do loans yet, but that's someone that we'll definitely look at, see if we can perhaps get him in. Again, look at these transfer fees, the sort of the expected transfer fees over here. It's too much, isn't it? This guy's a chance. 145. He's got good vision. He's not that good, though, is he? He's not that good. Another guy at Shanghai Shenxin. Okay, of 34, though. Contract's up the end of this year. So, I mean, needs must. It could be like a Juan Bowen, where we get one really good season out of him. This guy's not bad either, actually. His contract's got a year to go. He's decent enough, isn't he? Let's see if we were to offer this guy a contract. Can we do that? Or we have to wait for him to go. So there's a chance there, isn't there? He's not bad. Yes, he's 34, but if we're looking at him as a backup to Humam, I think that's not bad at all. That's decent. So there we go. That's sort of the options we have. So once the transfer window's officially opened, we'll come back and see who we can sign. Alright, so we've got our first little bit of transfer news. Our 3 loanees are officially coming back. So that's Lin Yi, the midfielder from Beijing. We've got him for the upcoming season, along with the left back, Zhang Bo, which is good, and along with the defender, Yan Qijian. So that's really, really good news. That means that we don't have to... We've got 2 left backs. We've got that extra cover in central defence and in midfield as well. So it means the only position we really need now is that attacking midfielder, because we do need, I think, to try and get rid of Erpejan. Now, the other thing that's happened, I've been trying... Sort of looking around for a backup or a replacement for Cifuente, just given his age. Now, there are some players that are as good, maybe even better. What I did do is I offered him around to see if there would be a market for him. Now, what I've done kind of is annoyed him because he didn't like being shipped around. But what doing that has done we see here is it's just got a little bit of interest, a little bit of a nibble from Jiangsu Sunning. So if we can sell him for close to his value, a little bit over ideally, what I'll do is I'll sell him with the clause of we have to sign a replacement, and then there's a couple of other guys. If this is something that's going to sort of progress over through the off season, we'll come back and we'll have a look at the options that I'm thinking of. But yeah, so there might be a chance that we upgrade on Cifuente this transfer window. But we've played about a month or so, about 3 weeks of preseason, so I'll be back next time there's something to report. Alright, we have got a major development here. Now, one of the main guys, or the main guy that I was looking to replace Cifuente, this is him. It's Vinicius. Now, I wasn't going to make a bid for him. You can see he's really good. Off the ball is good. Composure is not quite as good as Cifuente, but it's right there. Finishing is better. First touch is better. Look at these physical stats. He's a really good player. 21 as well, so there's potential for sell-on as well. The problem we had is that LA Galaxy came in and offered a loan for him for this upcoming season, which kind of forced our hand. We had to go and make a bid. So this is what's happened. They've come back. That's Flamengo, isn't it? So they've come back $500,000. That's our budget. I don't want to go over that as an initial bid because I don't want anything to go wrong with this. And we have the clause that we have to sell Cifuente first because we don't want to get stuck with both of them. That being said, this is what they've come back with. They're going to offer us, accept an offer for us with, you can see there the add-ons. So for 50 league appearances, 5 international appearances. I don't think he's good enough to be Brazilian international, but you never know. 50 league goals, and if we win the Champions League, I think you get $3 million in prize money. So that I can have it at that point. But you see, there's a lot of clubs interested here. Most of them are all MLS clubs on loan. So if we can come in with a permanent bid, and that should sort of be the favoured. The favoured thing. So we'll accept that, and in doing that, we may have just sealed Cifuente's fate. But I think you'll agree. Let me know what you think in the comments that Vinicius is an improvement, and he's younger, and he could be just a superstar for us. So if anything happens on this front, we'll be back. And here we go. So here is the contract offer, and this all looks very doable. He only wants $6,000 a week, which is way less. That's $10,000 a week less than Cifuente is on. Now, I do like to motivate my players through contracts. So let's see if we can get him down to 4.8. The main thing that we want to do here is we don't want to throw this away by being a bit too stingy. But we'll give him a Team of the Year bonus, a top goal scorer bonus. He wants a minimum release fee for foreign clubs, 9 million. There's not much we can do about that, I don't think. Let's get rid of that sell-on. We don't want to give him that. He wants a bonus for 20. I'll do you one better, mate. You can have another bonus for 30. And we'll make these proper bonuses. If you get us 20 league goals, mate, there's $60,000 in your back pocket. And we'll give you another 20 if you get the next 10 goals. We'll give him a yearly wage rise. That's fine. Team of the Year, $50,000. If he's top goal scorer in the division, there's $100,000. And let's bump up that goal bonus for him as well. Remember, this is we're paying for it by the lesser weekly wage here. So let's see what he says to that. That's okay. I tell you what if we try $5,000 a week and see how you feel about that. There we go. So that looks like it's done. Now we need to sell Cifuente. Alright, so here it is. Vinicius has agreed to join us, so we're going to delay that for a week, and now it is just mission get rid of Cifuente. Alright, so we have offered out Cifuente. We've had 2 bids come in. One from obviously from Jiangsu, and one here from a Serie A club. That's Brazil. So I think what we're going to do is I'd rather not have him come back to haunt us. So we're not going to accept that bid. There is in that one we would have to pay some of his wages, whereas that isn't a thing in this bid. It's just the money. Do we be sneaky? No, let's not risk it. Let's just accept it. Take the money. We're not going to quibble over, a little bit of 30, 40 grand. We're just going to get him out, get our new player in. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, another update on the Cifuente front. I'm getting a little bit nervous. We've had to delay the Vinicius transfer for a second week. But another bid has come in from another Brazilian club. I think it's Bahia. I'm not quite sure exactly how you pronounce it, but we're going to accept that. But he really needs to get his act together here, because if he costs us this move, I know he's annoyed because I said that we wouldn't sell him, and we are, but come on, man. Is there anything else here in the transfer news? A bid for Hong Tao. What's he worth? We'll see if we can fleece him. If we can fleece him, we'll accept it. But we're not going to just sell him for the sake of it. No, they don't want that. And that is it. So I'll be back next time we have an update. Now, a further update on Cifuente. Melbourne Victory have offered him, made him offer on loan. They'll pay his wages, but we won't get anything for him. I think we want a fee, don't we? So if we can get a monthly fee, really, plus it's Melbourne Victory. I don't like Melbourne Victory. 40 grand a month over 10 months, 400. So that would roughly work out to what we're getting for him now. Suggest those terms. They're acceptable. All right. The plot thickens. It's happening. It has happened. It has happened. He has agreed to go back to Brazil. 325 grand in the bank. We'll accept that. We'll make a parting comment. What do we say? I'm sorry to see you go. We need to sell you before your contract expires and lose you for nothing. I wonder if we could get away with telling him that. I'm sorry to see you go. Yeah, but we had to sell you before we lose you for nothing. I understand the club's a business. We leave on good terms. Thank you, Cifuente. Leave your comments thanking Cifuente for his service. And just a few other minor transfer outs to report as well. It's happened. The transfer window is now open. So we've lost Lin Junwei, one of our young keepers. We've sold him on 14 grand back to the second division. And Lee Boxey, again, one of the young strikers we had when we first moved to the club. He wasn't going to play, so we've sold him on as well. Well, let's wait now and we can welcome Vinicius. Alright, you join me as I just have the back end of a heart attack here. I saw it was delayed. I couldn't understand why, but it's fine. We can just adjust the budget, and Vinicius is going to join the club. I must have been... I don't understand why we couldn't have afforded that. What was his sign-on fee? I don't see it there. I was just going a little bit there. Anyway, we will see very shortly that Vinicius is now a Shanghai Shenxin player. Any second here, as we process through, we should be able to click on inbox, and there he is, a 5-star player. We'll send him on an intensive language course. We will assign him the squad number that was previously assigned to, where is he here, Vinicius, to Cifuente of number 10. And let's have a quick look at our new boy. There he is. Look at that. 5-star potential, already worth 3.6 million. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys, but I think that is an absolute steal. To get him for so little, it's definitely an upgrade on Cifuente. I'm sorry, Cifuente, but it is just an upgrade. So there we go. Well, that's the big business done. I wasn't necessarily expecting that. We can get on with the rest of pre-season now and sort of fill in the gaps in the squad. Okay, time for another update. We have just accepted a bid from Ma Zhu at 38 grand. Just basically gets him off the wage bill. We have to pay, I think, at 800, but we saved 4 grand on him. Now, we have also had a bid for Li Feng, which we've rejected. He wants to talk about his future. I said, dude, we're doing okay. And he said, yeah, you're right. So he's staying. And the other news, I don't know how far back it was here in the update, but Erpajan, we have accepted a bid for him as well, 130 grand, and it gets wages off, no wage contribution. So that is really, really good. But right now we're dealing with the issue of a left back. So if we go and have a look at our options to sign as sort of a backup to Chen Min, and there is really only one here. It's from a rival, Liu Peng. He's unhappy at the club. It says here 170 grand should be enough to get him over to us. The wages are a slight concern here, but let's go and have a look and see what they would want to pay for him. We don't want them getting any of the future money, so we'll get rid of that. You'll notice the transfer budget's gone up to 3 million. I converted a bunch of wage money. We've lost Cifuente off that. We're about to lose Erpajan, so we do not have... There we go, so 70 grand. We could have actually probably gone lowball even than that, but we could have a backup for what's his name? Zuma before we even lose him. So that is good news. I'll be back once there's something else to update you on. Alright, just when we thought pre-season was going better than we could ever have hoped, a double snag. Erpejian has rejected his contract, which means we still have that 18.5 grand a week on the wage bill. And Ma Zhu has his move has fallen through because his potential club has already signed their allocation of players. So that's really annoying. But we will continue to look to find them a new home. And yeah, I don't know what to do with the two guys we're looking to sign now. Okay, another update. We have signed the left attacking back Liu Peng. We're going to trust that we can get Zuma out. He has had another offer come in. Where is it here? There, he has had another offer, so we've accepted that. So it's just a matter now of assuming that he is going to leave. But Liu Peng is our new backup left back. Okay, so an update. It's looking as though our business may be done because Ma Zhu and Erpejian, I've tried to sell them. Any club that comes in for them, they just keep rejecting their contract offers. I've tried letting the director of football have a go. He can't get rid of them either. And unfortunately, that means that we are sort of at a junction with our wages. We don't have any more to offer. So basically, we can manipulate the wage budget. If we go to finances here, you can see the chairman's really, I think he's fallen out of love with us. But you can see we can kind of look. We should have money to spend. I've tried to sign or see what it would cost to get certain players in if we were to sell Erpejian, and we can't offer enough money to get them in. But we need the transfer budget in order to obviously to sign them. So we're at a little bit of an impasse. If they're not going to go anywhere, we can't really sign anybody. I don't understand why I can't sign anybody. But anyway, the wages won't let me go past 5 grand a week in wages. And it's not enough to get anybody in of enough quality that's sort of better than Erpejian. So we're sort of at a position now where Ma Zhu, we're sending him to the reserves. He can rot there as far as I'm concerned. His contract's up the end of this year anyway. We're setting to not needed. We'll keep trying to offer him out. And hopefully something will come in for him. And if not, then we don't need him anyway. The problem that we have is with Erpejian because we do actually need another attacking midfielder. Now, he is not ideal. At the time when we signed him, before we had Humam and when we were playing with wingers, he was actually a decent signing, and we had so much wage money at the time. I think we were like 200 grand a week under that. I didn't care about the wages. I just sort of said, whatever, we need someone to with us get him in. I'm regretting that now. I am regretting that now a little bit. But we need somebody to play this role, so we're not going to actively look to get rid of him anymore. I've taken him off the transfer list. We've just set his squad status to back up, which might encourage someone to come in for him, perhaps. But I think the wages are going to be just as big a put off for everybody else as they are sort of for us. I just wish that 130 grand offer that we got, if he accepted that, that would have been good. So we'll see. I'll sort of keep seeing what we can do here. But like I say, we don't have the wages without these guys leaving, so we might be done. So the Champions League squad registration deadline is coming up, and I thought we'll just check who we can loan in to see if there's anybody available that we could potentially bring in, since we can't really sign anybody. And look, this guy pops up as one of the guys that we could sign on loan. So we've had a bid to sign him on loan. It's been accepted, and if this guy comes in, he's almost the best midfielder at the club instantly. Now, yes, it's from rivals Shanghai SIPG. Oh no, it's not. It's from Guangzhou Evergrande. Never mind. I thought he was from SIPG. So it's from Evergrande, who we could conceivably beat without him anyway. So yeah, stay tuned. We might have just got a nice little deadline. The transfer window will still be open, but once we sort of hit the Champions League deadline, that's kind of our team for the Champions League. We do have to go through a playoff first, which is going to be against possibly Adelaide United, which isn't the easiest, but we'll see how we go there. But yeah, so stay tuned. We might get this one across the line before that deadline. So there we go. This has happened. We did get Liao Lesheng in before the deadline. You can see here the fans are very, very happy. It looks like he's going to be a first-team player. That's a good one. That is a really, really good signing, and not one, again, that I was expecting to make. But he's quality, isn't he? 3.5-star player. Now, the deadline is coming up tomorrow. There may be one more piece of business we can get done. We're going in for a backup sort of wingback. Wingback, that's what we're looking for, as backup for Cuvas. So stay there and we'll see what happens if that gets done or not. And here it is. We did indeed get... Look at this. There's the registration right there. We did get this last signing over the line. You can see again, the fans are happy with it. It's a squad player in his prime years. This is it. It's, as I said, it's a right winger, right wing back, sort of backup for Cuevas, because last year we did kind of lose out, didn't we? We didn't have anybody that was as good getting forward as he was. So we can see here, this guy's he's got the ability. He can get forward, he can cross the ball, he's got decent physicals, decent mentals. He'll do a good job being back up. $3,000 a week. It's a little bit of money, but you know, it's I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to just have that backup. So we can register our Champions League squad now. This is exciting, isn't it? And then we will be back for... I'm not going to make you sit through this. Then we'll be back tomorrow for the start of our Champions League campaign. Now, we don't actually know who we're playing against for sure yet. It's going to be either Adelaide United or... Are these the bastards from Bali? That is the bastards from Bali. So it's going to be an Indonesian team, or more likely, I would imagine, it's going to be Adelaide United from the A-League. So that's all for tomorrow. I'll play through these friendlies. I wanted to make sure we had 4 friendlies beforehand to get us fit and firing for that. But it'll be Vinicius' debut, maybe 1 or 2 other debuts in there as well. So make sure you join me for that. If you have enjoyed that, guys, please do hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. And, of course, welcome. And ring the bell so you see when I upload new videos. Tomorrow's going to be massive. Well, I mean, it could be over before it all begins, couldn't it? The Champions League. A lot of friendlies here. We'll cancel some of these once we know where we are, where we stand with the Champions League. But, yeah, it's a lot of friendlies, isn't it? Wow. Anyway, give me some feedback too on how you like this, guys. I haven't done an episode like this before, so if there's something that you liked or that you didn't like, you want to see more or less of, or wish you had seen, please do let me know, so in the future, if I do more episodes like this, I can learn and see sort of what works for you guys and what you've enjoyed and what you haven't. But anyway, guys, I've been Aussie Bell. Thank you so much for watching this special episode of the Transfer Special Announcements things. There wasn't that many announcements, but anyway, I'm rambling on. I'll see you tomorrow, guys, for the Champions League. Take care.